And what's good, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Saturday. Glad to have you guys in the stream once again. Here on Behind New York Basketball. Winner of this matchup will play in the Final Four, as we'll have the first team advancing to the Final Four today. Inside the Elite Eight, it is the number 5 seed, the Houston Cougars, taking on the number 2 seed, the Villanova Wildcats in this matchup. Houston seeking back-to-back Final Fours. They got to the Final Four last season. And Villanova, they've been to the Elite Eight, 2016, 2018. Both of the times ended up winning the national championship. They're seeking their next national title in another even year season for Villanova. 16, 18, no tournament in 2020, and now 2022. And here they are once again. One game from moving on to the Final Four, 2 to be playing in the championship. If you guys are doing the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. I believe we're going to tip off in about 6 minutes from now, going down between these two teams. And both of these teams rolling this season. Victoria, Lawrence, Boston Sportsman, welcome on the stream. Indeed, this should be a great game. I expect a low score in this one here. Both of these teams play really slow tempo offenses. Houston's 338 per adjusted tempo in KenPom. Villanova's at 345th for adjusted tempo. Houston coming off 6 straight victories, and it's through their defense. This team is just so good defensively. They roll the glass. They're physical. Last 6 games allowing opponents to 68 points or less. First round, they won over UAB 82-68. Illinois, they won 68-53. And then Arizona, they stopped Arizona in that game 72-60. Houston pulled off the victory against Arizona. So they held Illinois and Arizona to their second lowest scoring totals this season in both of those games that they played, the last 2. And Houston, what's making them so well is that they've had a different score for Houston in their last 4 games for this team here. It's just one player that goes off, and just incredible culture around this program. Like, they had 2 players go down. One of them, the top scorer, Marcus Sasser. He played this season in 12 games, got injured. Trayvon Mark in 7 games. And this team's just relentless. Like, no problem. We got 7 players in double figures. 2 of them are injured, but here we are, looking to see if they can go back to the Final Four. Colin Gillespie should be playing tonight in this one. I didn't see anything that said he wouldn't. No, he's playing. So Colin Gillespie suited up for this matchup. Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that. Kevin, welcome to the stream. Yes, I plan on doing Arkansas Duke after this one. Kevin, welcome in from San Antonio. Glad to have you part in the stream here. Big matchup, and this game's taking place at San Antonio. So AT&T Center in the state of Texas. Jake on the stream, welcome in, taking over for this one. Glad to have you guys back in. Villanova, the top free throw shooting team in the nation. Seems like a lot of these teams advancing in the bracket, besides the physicality, athleticism. Also, it's all about free throws, and you make your free throws, you're golden. And Villanova, the best out of anybody this season in doing so. They had a 20-point victory over Delaware in the first round. They won by 10 against Ohio State, won by 8 against Michigan in their last matchup. Colin Gillespie, season highs, points per game, 3-point shooting, free throws shooting above 90% at the charity stripe. This Villanova team, high IQ, really experienced, and if it comes down late in this game, determined on free throws, then Villanova is going to have the advantage. Villanova, the best out of anybody. Houston is all the way back in 324th in college basketball in free throws per game. I think it's going to come down to what happens around the perimeter, because Villanova is strong on the outside. They attempt around 26 threes per game. If Houston's able to stop that, because this is the thing, Houston, with their defense so strong, they've allowed opponents to 7 threes or less in the last 8 games. Villanova has made at least 8 threes in the past 12 games. So something's going to have to give in this matchup here. Defense versus offense. That's something big to watch out for in this game. And Houston as well, they're just so good on the glass. They're top 10 in offensive rebounds. Villanova not that strong in defensive rebounds in this matchup. But if Nova's able to win the turnover battle, be perfect at the free throw line, they got a chance in this one. Should be a great matchup. I don't expect a ton of points in this game considering the offenses. Over-under says it too, 127 in this one. Jay Ramirez, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining in, man. It's crazy. St. Peter's beating the 3, the 7, and they just are the 2, the 7, and the 3. And now they have a chance to take down the 8 tomorrow with UNC. Rude Boy, welcome to the stream. If you guys are new in the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. We're going to tip off, I believe, like one or 2 minutes from now. Winner of this matchup will take on the winner of Kansas against Miami tomorrow. And that'll be in the Final Four. So we got 2 different styles of the game being played today. This one, we're probably not going to have much offense in. The game later tonight is going to be a lot of points, I feel like, between Arkansas and Duke. That's going to be a shootout. Both of those teams love to push the ball up the floor. These 2 teams are going to take their time up the court, get quality looks. Yeah, indeed. Both of these games should be tremendous tonight. Gaming with this guy. Welcome back in. So this game is in San Antonio, AT&T Center, for a trip to the Final Four in New Orleans. And we'll face the winner of Kansas against Miami. Both these teams have been super impressive this season. Villanova, last 25 games, they're 22-3. They had lost, the majority of their games that they lost were back in non-conference play for them. That's what they usually do early in the season. They start out slow, and through coaching, they get better and better and better and better and better. Like, the development at Villanova is something special. Villanova going to white jerseys tonight. Dark blue numbers, dark blue letters. Hey, thanks so much, gaming with this guy. I appreciate it. Houston, black uniforms, red numbers, red letters. Houston coming off a huge victory, stopping Arizona 72-60. Colin Gillespie, Justin Moore, Brandon Slater, Jermaine Samuels, Eric Dixon. That's the starting 5 for Villanova going up against Houston's starting 5. Jamal Shedd, Kyler Edwards, Taze Moore, Fabian White Jr., and Josh Carlton. 2 of those players transfers for Houston. Kyler Edwards from Texas Tech, Josh Carlton from UConn. So this is going to be a great one here. Make sure to smash that thumbs up before we start. We're going to get the opening tip in just a moment. Houston trying to get back into the Final Four for back-to-back years. Villanova looking to keep it going and see if they can win another chip like they did in 2016 and 2018. No tournament in 2020, back in the even year in 2022. Houston, despite being the lower seed in this matchup, Houston's the favorite. Three-point favorite for Houston. This game's being played out in San Antonio. So Colin Gillespie, one last run at it. He's pumped up. 5th-year senior. The leader, the floor general for Villanova. It's going to be Brandon Slater, Josh Carlton going up for the opening tip, and we are underway. Houston controls the opening tip. Houston left to right in the floor. First possession. Jamal Shedd moves it on top to Fabian White. Shedd lobs it inside off to Carlton. Backs his way on Dixon. Carlton underneath. Bounce pass to a cut. They lost in the corner. Able to pick it up and into the wrong hands. That's a turnover by Houston. Intercepted by Brandon Slater. First possession now for Villanova. At the perimeter, Justin Moore. They move it out to the corner. Here's a 3 on its way. Samuels hits it. Something's going to have to give tonight. Villanova is top 30 in three-point shooting percentage. What's good, Jackson, Luis, Bradley, Kevin? Welcome to the stream, everybody. St. Peter's, they're going to take on UNC tomorrow. Vegas, welcome back in. So 1-3 made by Villanova. Houston, top 10 in perimeter defense. Villanova's made at least 8 threes in the last 12 games they played in. And Houston has allowed their opponents to 7 threes or less in the last 7 games. Missed 3 at the top by Houston. Villanova comes up with a rebound. Second possession of the game for Villanova. Gillespie at the top. Swings it out right wing to Slater. Now at the perimeter, it is Jermaine Samuels. Bounce pass down low. Eric Dixon. Turn around. Gets it. Right on the low block right there. 5-0 Villanova. Great start for Jay Wright squad. 1.5 minutes into it. Houston with the ball on the outside. Jamal Shed at the top of the key. Shed dribbles up to the free throw circle. Drives on Dixon. Right hand over the rim. No good. Defensive rebound pulled down by Gillespie. One big key for Villanova. Going to have to get rebounds. And right there just landed into the hands of Gillespie. And the key is a gift. Gillespie bounce pass to Dixon at the top. Moves it out to his right to Slater. Slater swings it out to his left on the outside. Pump fake Moore. Dribbles up. Left baseline. Moore swings it out to the top. Pump fake. Dribbles up to the elbow. Bounce past Gillespie. They're moving the ball around really well. Here's a high arcing three. Missed off the side of the rim by Justin Moore. And he tried to save it but landed out of bounds. It's going to be Houston ball. Richard, welcome back to the stream. Taking Nova in this one. Villanova moving the ball extremely well right out of the gate here. Houston with the possession. Down low, they turned it over. Second turnover the game by the Cougars. This is the first meeting between these two teams since 1991. Skip pass, left corner, wide open three. Samuels had it for a minute, and then closing up on it, Josh Carlton with a huge rejection as the ball goes out of bounds. Wow. Carlton closed all the way out there to the corner, came out of nowhere and got the block. Jose, welcome in. Thanks so much for joining in, man. Yo, whenever you have the chance, brother, glad to see you back in the stream, man. Dixon powers his way low post, moves it outside to the perimeter. Gillespie passes out to Slater, takes the three, missed off the back rim. Rebound pulled down by Houston. The Cougars running the floor. Dribble, attack, left hand scores high, off the glass, and it's good. Tajay Moore. Lucas, Kevin, thanks so much all for joining in. Great game to start out. Wow, a number 2 seed has never won against the number 5 seed in the Elite 8. History says the number 2 seed has an 0-4 record. I just saw that in the graphic. That's crazy. The underdogs won every single time. Corner 3, Moore off the right side of the rim. Rebound back to Houston. Cougars have the ball. Under 17 minutes left to go. They move it out to the corner to Kyler Edwards. Transfer from Texas Tech. Passes off to Jamal Shed. Houston gets here despite two of their key players getting injured early in the season. As here's a three from the perimeter. Missed off the back rim by Tajay Moore. Rebound back to Villanova. 16.5 left to play. 5-2. The points are starting to slow down right now. Both of these teams going to take their time with their offenses to get some good looks. Shot clock down to 15 for Dixon. Backs his way on Carlton. Inside the low post. Dixon. Pump fake. Puts one up. Rolls around the rim. No good. Rebound pulled down by Houston. Cougars come up with a board. 16:05 remaining. Dish out to the wing. Kyler Edwards, right baseline dribble. Puts up one. He gets stuffed in between. Dixon was there for the block. Villanova comes up with the ball. Moore towards his right around the perimeter, defended by Edwards. Passes off to Gillespie at the top. Gillespie off of a double team. Moves it towards his right to Slater. Slater drives down the lane. Puts up one. It gets blocked, but we do have a blocking foul. It's called on Fabian White of Houston. Clock will stop. 15:47 left to play. We're gonna take the first media timeout of the game, and then Villanova is gonna be shooting free throws after this timeout. All right, if you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like. We got 70 plus right now in the chat. Appreciate everybody for joining in. I plan on covering Arkansas later tonight against Duke, so feel free to join in for that. Yeah, Villanova takes a bunch of threes. Right now, they're 1 for 5 from three-point range. It got them quite a bit of time to settle in against Delaware in their opening round game. Delaware played them close, I think, for like the first 15 minutes, and then they started to pull away. Ahmad, welcome in. Yep. He said that Duke's going to take it all. Anthony on the stream. Fahad, welcome on the stream here, everybody. Great start to this one. Probably not going to be much points, though. Both of these teams love to slow down the tempo of their offenses. 127 happens to be the over-under. Coach K has 1,201 wins of all time. So 1,201. Tomorrow I'm going to be off because I got rehearsal tomorrow for my barbershop group. It's the final rehearsal before the big show that we're doing for the competition. So there'll be no streams tomorrow because I have that in the afternoon tomorrow. Wow, you got Miami going to the Final Four. That was a sloppy game yesterday. Miami, Iowa State. Iowa State just could not score. Man, these ACC teams this season, like, they have shown up in a big way in this bracket right now, proving everybody wrong. Hey, there you go. You get the game on TV. Villanova is actually +1 in the glass. That's huge for Villanova right now. 5-4 rebounds in favor of Villanova because Houston just rebounds and rebounds and rebounds. What they do for one of their drills, I heard, is that they put a lid on the hoop and they just do their offensive rebounding drill there. That's why they're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the nation. Yeah, ACC showing up in a big way in this tournament, just like the Pac-12 last year. Pac-12 showed up in last year's tournament, and ACC proving everybody wrong. And once again, there's no Big Ten teams in the Elite Eight. So Purdue losing to St. Peter's, no more Big Ten teams in the tournament. So we go over 20 years without a Big Ten team being a champion. First shot, as that one at the line is good. Yeah, good question. Recently, I think Villanova's better, but you put it all combined, it would be Duke. Yeah, UNC beat Duke in the final game of the regular season, the one that was at Cameron Indoor too, 7-2. Houston, that is a turnover, bad pass. Nobody even there to make a cut. And to beat Villanova, you have to limit the turnovers. Villanova doesn't make too many mistakes. Yes, I plan on covering Arkansas tonight against Duke. So that is turnover number 3 by Houston. Villanova's got 0. 15.5 left to play. Villanova with the ball. Gillespie bounce pass to the top. Pump fake. Samuels dishes over to Daniels. Outside Gillespie. 14 on the shot clock. 15 left to go. Gillespie double teamed. Moves it outside. Pump fake Samuels. Drives down the lane. Spin move left-handed. He puts it through for 2. Villanova with another bucket. 15 minutes left to go. Jermaine Samuels got 5 of those points. Houston looking to see if they can get something going here. Struggling to put anything into the net. Top of the key. Fabian White gives it over to Shed. Shed will jack up a 3. Missed off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Villanova. They're taking a lot of low percentage shots right now for Houston. Not going to the rim at all. 14.5 left to go in the first. Gillespie has it, backs his way, right elbow on Shed. Gillespie swings it out to the top. Daniels makes the pass over to Moore. Justin Moore, 8 on the shot clock. Dribbles towards the top now. 5 on the shot clock for Moore. Looking to pass it off. 2 in the shot clock. Here's a prayer from the logo. Missed off the back rim. Tipped up. Battle for the rebound. Houston comes diving down with it with Tajay Moore. Houston comes out with the ball. 14 minutes remaining. Johnny, what's good? Ant on the stream, welcome in. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. Felix, welcome to the stream. 3.5 minutes that Houston has been on a scoring drought right now. 9-2 the score. Houston with the ball. Shed at the top. Moves it out to the left corner. 3 in the air. Couldn't hit that one either. Tajay Moore off the rim, no good. Rebound Villanova. They're going to take the time off the clock once again. 11 total points in the first 5.5 minutes of play. Gillespie moves it outside to Samuels. At the top of the key, Jermaine Samuels gives it over to Caleb Daniels. Daniels shoots a 3 off the rim twice, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Houston by Kyler Edwards. Houston on over a 4.5-minute scoring drought. Looking to see if they can get something here. 13 minutes left to play. Houston gives it outside. Taking a 3. And missing off the back rim. Battle for the rebound. Tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Villanova off of Daniels. Nothing going Houston's way right now. They just can't get anything at the rim. They're taking 3 after 3 after 3 and missing, and they're not a strong perimeter shooting team. They're 0 of 5 from three-point range, 1 of 8 from this game. Houston will get the inbound. Ooh, we get a foul. Players tangle. Gillespie and Kyler Edwards. It's going to be charged to Gillespie. So that is Villanova's first. On Gillespie, Houston with 1 foul as well. Hartheimer, welcome to the stream. And Gillespie's going to check out of the game, so we'll see if Houston can start to get something going here since Gillespie's out. They move it out to the wing. Tajay Moore, defended by Archie Diacono. Right baseline dribble on him. Moore sneaks around, couldn't get it to go off the back rim. Defensive rebound pulled down by Villanova. 12:45 left to play. Villanova's going to slow down the ball. It's Justin Moore who brings up the court now since Gillespie's on the bench. Moore passes outside. Archie Diacono off to Daniels. Daniels, step back jumper, deep 2, left baseline. Missed off the back rim. Rebound goes to Houston. Houston up the court with 12.5 left to play. Just 2 points in the first 7.5 minutes. Tajay Moore. At the top of the key, now it's Edwards. This is a 6-minute scoring drought for Houston. Oh, nice pass off to Addition, a jam. Two-handed flush by Reggie Chaney. It was Kyler Edwards who set up the assist. So finally, Houston gets something, and the scoring drought finally ends, and Villanova's on a 3-minute scoring drought themselves. Probably going to see a lot of these scoring droughts tonight. Both of these teams play slow-tempo offenses all the way back in the 340s. A 3, that's good. From the outside for Villanova by Caleb Daniels. Villanova relies heavily on the 3s. That's their second one they made of the game. I took Kansas in my bracket, but if they get knocked out, I think Arkansas. If they win tonight, I think they got a good chance. 11.5 left to go. Shed at the top of the key for Houston. Drives right down the lane, puts up one off the glass, kicks off the window. Shed scores up and off the backboard. Now we're starting to get the scoring to pick up. 11:15 remaining. Carl, welcome in. Thanks so much for joining in, everybody. And a great game tonight so far. Daniels at the left corner for Villanova. Pump fake, dribbles into the key. Daniels, jumper, mid-range. Got it. That's good. So smart with their shot selections here for Villanova. Houston has to keep up. And without even calling Gillespie in the court right now with one quick foul, things are going Villanova's way. And not so much for Houston since they've attempted a lot of low percentage shots. Right now they have it at the top of the free throw circle, driving straight to the rim, and they get fouled. Brandon Slater picks up the blocking foul. It's going to send Jawan Roberts to shoot 2 at the line. We're going to take the timeout on the floor. 10:42 left to go in the first. Houston finally started to go inside. Things have changed with 2 baskets lately from them as they've cut it to 8. Grego, welcome back on the stream. Alex, welcome to the stream here, man. Yeah, that's interesting. I saw that Memphis had got like violations today. It didn't say anything about a tournament ban though. I'll check and see if there's any like tournament ban that's been updated. I heard about that they have like violations going back to James Wiseman. It says facing several NCAA violations. They haven't received a postseason ban. Yeah, neither is LSU. It says 7 violations. Hey, thanks so much, Richard. Appreciate it, man. Woody, welcome back on the stream. Spaghetti Factory, welcome in. Best of luck there, taking Nova tonight in this one. Make sure to vote in that poll if you haven't already done so. Who do you got? Villanova or Houston going to the Final Four? It's concerning for Houston right now because they get the same amount of rebounds as Villanova. And just held a one offensive rebound so far in this game for Houston. Both teams with 8 each. And that's what Houston thrives upon, is getting rebound after rebound for second chance points. Nobody's scoring multiple buckets for Houston. 2 points each by Jamal Shead, Tajay Moore, Reggie Chaney got a slam dunk. It's Jermaine Samuels and Caleb Daniels, both the top 2 scorers. 5 points each for Villanova. Brandon Slater, Eric Dixon with 2. Colin Gillespie picked up 1 quick foul, yet to score so far. Yeah, it's crazy there that I think because LSU, there was like more reports heading up to the tournament about it, and they needed to do something about that. Hey, there you go. That sounds awesome there, Jose. Yeah, Kansas had beat Iowa State twice, and both of those games were without Remy Martin even playing. Remy Martin's just gone off in this tournament. Frito's coming up at the line for Houston, and both of them are good out of the timeout. So 14-8 to score. Colin Gillespie enters the game once again. And Gillespie will take it up the court. Brian, welcome back in, man. 10:30 left to go in the first. Caleb Daniels dribbles into the key, puts one up, and that will be called a blocking foul committed by Houston, as it's charged to Ramon Walker Jr. So Caleb Daniels will head to the free throw line, shooting 2. And Villanova just so automatic when it comes to free throws. Best team in the nation. Yeah, Miami with Jim Larinaga. He made it all the way to the Final Four with George Mason. So 2006. So he's the first ever coach, I think, that's taken 2 programs to the Elite 8. And that's the first time Miami's ever got to the Elite 8. Second one's good, so Daniels makes both of them. Maliko, welcome back in. Villanova doubling up Houston 16-8. Both these teams ranked in the top 25 total defense. Houston's 3rd, Villanova 23rd. Houston gives it over to the elbow. Jawan Roberts, double teamed outside, moves the ball to Shed. Shed with 8 on the shot clock, 10 minutes left to go. Shed drives, right hand, and he scores up and in off the glass. It's a tough bucket right there by Jamal Shed. Houston not shooting much at the rim to start off this game. They started to change it, and now they started to get their way back into this game, hanging in there. Gillespie on the outside, passes out to Daniels. Bounce pass to the top out to Jermaine Samuels, and Samuels called in the turnover. So it goes right back to Houston. .9:35 left to go in the first. Houston with the ball. Start out 1 for 9 ever since perfect 4-4. Down low. And it's going to be offensive by Houston, hooking. Down inside the low post by Houston, they turn it over again. That's not what they needed to do for Houston in this game. It's going to be on Josh Carlton. That's Houston's fourth turnover. Villanova with 1. And if you keep on turning over the ball, not going to be able to beat Villanova in this matchup because Villanova is just so good taking care of the basketball. Missed 3 by Nova from the outside. Rebound goes back to Houston. Yeah, this game, they put it on TBS. They usually put these on CBS. I think they switch off every year because they got the championship on TBS. 8:50 left to go. At the top, here's a 3. Shed. Missed off the front rim. A rebound goes back to Villanova. Villanova's going to slow it down. Daniels past midcourt. Daniels, Jermaine Samuels, Brandon Slater, Colin Gillespie, and Justin Moore. That's the 5 of the court for Villanova. Samuels gives it out to the top to Slater. 8.5 left to go. 10 on the shot clock. Slater towards his left. Moves it on top. Samuels. Pump fake. Drives. Right down the lane. And heavy contact here. He's followed by Carlton. So 2 free throws going to come up once again for Villanova. This time by Jermaine Samuels. Got him right on the pump fake. Carlton just budged on the pump fake. Tried to go up for the block. And Samuels contacted by Carlton on his way down. I took Houston in this one. Not looking so hot right here, though. Ethan, what's good? Welcome in. Yeah, things going pretty well, man. First one good by Villanova. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I took Houston. I thought that their defense would be like a big factor today, because something has to give in this matchup. Villanova, though, drawing fouls and getting into the paint, which is this team for Villanova just so well coached. If something's not working their way, they're gonna figure out how to do it and find out ways to beat you some way, somehow. 8:10 left to go in the first. Houston down by 8. Houston's just wrecking themselves with the turnovers and the low shot percentage. And they missed the rebound there off the front rim. No good by Jawan Roberts. Rebound back to Villanova. Yeah, all the efficient shooting teams got out in the first round in this tournament. Vermont, South Dakota State, Davison. A lot of those teams that lit up the points this year. UAB was a top 20 scoring team. Here's a 3. Gillespie, pull up, no good. Deep range off the front rim, missed. Back it goes to Houston. Houston on the outside. Kyler Edwards takes a 3. No good. Halfway down, rolled around the rim and out. Rebound back to Villanova, and we got another loose ball foul committed. It's going to be charged to Houston. 7:19 remaining. So we're going to take a timeout here on the floor. 18-10. Villanova up in this one with 7:19 left to go. Yeah. Yeah, Houston with their shot selections just really wrecking their chances right now. They started to take it to the bucket and things have started to change for them, but 0 for 7 from 3. Villanova's 2 of 9 from 3, and that's where Houston wants to get them. That's good for Houston to keep them down to that percentage right now, because Villanova relies a bunch on the threes. If they're making a bunch, then this game gets out of control. What's good, Salvador Chavez? Welcome in. I have no clue if Hakeem's at the game or not. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Right now we're just on the timeout at the moment. Low scoring game playing its way in right now. I'm not surprised that it's going to be low. I am shocked though that Houston is down right now by 8. This is the largest deficit for them in this game, and they're actually a -1 on the glass. So this is playing out in a big favor in Villanova. Villanova perfect 6 of 6 at free throws. They're just automatic when it comes to free throws, and then up by 1 on a rebound, 11-10 for Villanova. It's going to be Villanova ball once we get back in. Yep, I predicted Arkansas tonight in that game. Still, nobody's talking about Arkansas for tonight's game. Yeah, Providence was down by 14, and they came back. They took a brief lead. That's how they've been all season long, just relentless. What's good, Robin? Welcome in. Thanks so much for joining in. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out tomorrow, so I won't be able to call that one. I'll be back later tonight covering Arkansas against Duke. You guys are welcome to join in for that game. All right, so we get back from the timeout. 7:15 left to play in the first. Villanova has possession. Daniels dribbles into the key, puts up the jumper, and no good around the rim. Tipped off the glass. It's going to be another Houston foul they pick up on a loose ball. That will be team number 4. 7 minutes left to go. Villanova will get the inbounds. Villanova passes out to the corner. Gillespie moves it on top, out to Daniels. 7 minutes left to play. Oof, that's tough. Arizona, UCLA, Gonzaga. Yikes. Villanova fires a 3. Off the front rim, no good. Missed by Slater. Defensive rebound pulled down by Houston in the corner. Yes, I think Houston has a chance in this one to come back. They just have to have much better shot selection because they're 0 for 7 from three-point range. And they're also tied up in the glass right now, 11-11. Here's a shot by Houston off the front rim. Rebound goes back to Villanova. Houston, with their defense, has kept them in the game. They just can't make their shots. 3 points by Villanova last 4 minutes. Gillespie has it on the outside. Hands it off to Moore. Passes to his left to Samuels. Samuels gives it out to Gillespie, top of the key, 10 on the shot clock. Gillespie drives down the lane, pro hop, bounce pass around the perimeter. Here's a 3 straight away. Moore, he hits it. Third made 3 tonight by Villanova. Now Houston's in some deep trouble. 6 minutes left to play. Houston yet to make a 3. At the top. They give it out to the corner. They'll take another 3, and they brick another one off the back rim. No good, missed by Fabian White. So that is now 0 for 8 from 3 for Houston. Villanova comes up with the ball. Gillespie will slow it down. 20 in the shot clock. Hand off to Justin Moore. Passes to his left to Daniels. Gives it over to Gillespie. 5.5 left to play. Gillespie, 10 in the shot clock. Pro hop. Into the key. Gillespie passes back outside. 5 in the shot clock for Moore. Dribbles, drives into the key. Left hand, too high off the glass. Tipped up. Houston with a defensive rebound. And Eric Dixon called on the loose ball foul. The clock will stop with 5:07. Houston gets the inbound right back. 5:05 left to go. They lob it down low. Got some separation. Puts one up. Couldn't convert on the layup. Had an open opportunity, and Villanova saves it from going out of bounds. A wide open opportunity before Villanova closed out underneath, and Josh Carlton couldn't get it into the bucket. Down low. Out to the top. Here's a 3 straight away. Daniels missed off the rim. Rebound goes to Carlton for Houston. Houston looking to see if they can finally get something. They pass it down low. Pump fake. Puts up one and they bank it. Up and in that time it's good for 2 by Fabian White. 21-12. 4.5 left to go in the first. Slow game. Hopefully you took the under for this one because this is where it's heading. And the over-under was pretty low to start off at 127. Daniels lost the handle. Turns it over. That's a rare Villanova miscue, turnover number 2. He just lost the handle at the wing and kicked it out of bounds. Yeah, it was actually Tajay Moore who was able to disrupt that right there. That was some solid defense by Moore. Moore now with the ball for Houston. Passes inside, one step behind, and throws it down with a two-handed flush, as that is Josh Carlton. One step got on your defender. That was a gamble. It paid off in the favor of Houston. Villanova with the ball, 7-point lead. Gillespie. Bounce pass out to the top. They give it over to Justin Moore. Moves it over at the right baseline. Dixon powers his way. Double team in the key. Bounce pass underneath Samuels. Samuels double team. Dump off Dixon. Dixon puts up one, and Dixon gets fouled. So he's going to shoot 2 at the line for Eric Dixon of Villanova. Clock will stop once again. 3:35 left to go. And we're going to take another timeout here on the floor. So it's Villanova by 7. All right, we got a slugfest here type of matchup going on right now. If you guys are new, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks so much, all, for joining in tonight. Drew Fay, welcome back to the stream, man. Villanova's made 3 threes. Houston yet to make one tonight. And a really good sign for Villanova here. They're +3 in the glass. Not so for Houston. Houston just rebounds. And today they're -3 on the boards for Houston at this point. Nobody's missed a free throw so far. Villanova, best free throw shooting team in the nation. They're going to shoot 2. Hey, thanks so much, Ethan. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, so one big takeaway in my bracket for I did like a bunch of second chance brackets. I did them by like best defense, best offense, and compared all the teams. And one of my brackets, I took Villanova to go the distance. I did that one by free throws for that bracket. That's the best one. So that happens to be the best of the brackets for second chances that I've got. Let's see. So Arkansas was the better free throw shooting team than Gonzaga. They won that game. Duke was the better free throw shooting team than Texas Tech. They won. North Carolina, the better free throw shooting team than UCLA. They won. The only one was Purdue. As in terms of free throw shooting percentage, I went by. Yeah, Purdue were actually... I took Providence over Kansas. Providence actually had a better free throw shooting percentage, but they were rough yesterday. Miami's top 4, so they're the final 4. Based on free throw shooting. Villanova would face UNC if it holds up. Has like top teams for free throws. Hey, with a dono, Uneducated Sports Talk. Appreciate it, man. Let's get that dono hype out of the stream there. The winner of this one will face Kansas or Miami. So this matchup's at the right side of the bracket. Yep, Spida Mitchell. Miami's a really good, scrappy team, can force turnovers. Kansas is just really well balanced. That was a great matchup last night for Miami because Iowa State had turned over the ball a ton. So any team that struggles with turnovers, turns it over a ton, it's going to be tough to play against Miami because they just steal the ball constantly and force pressure. I predicted Kansas in my bracket to go all the way. They got that's a great matchup though because both of those teams got a lot of upperclassmen on that roster. But incredible season for Miami. Charlie Moore has been fantastic. Charlie Moore, Cam Auguste. This transfer portal has been incredible. Like a lot of the teams that we've seen them making like it go like further and further in the tournament. A lot of the teams have like impacts through transfers. Caleb Daniels came in from Tulane to Villanova. Daniels had a big 3 earlier in this game. Villanova at the free throw line. We come up back to action. Both of them are good by Dixon. And Houston is 0 for 8 from 3. 4 misses at the top. 3 at the left wing. 1 at the right wing. And Houston called on the turnover. Kelvin Sampson not too happy about that one. Hey, behind the arc fan. Welcome back in, man. Glad to have you guys back in the stream once again. 3:20 left to go in the first. Villanova up by 9, looking to extend it. Gillespie at the edge of the March Madness logo. Pass it to his right to Samuels, who gives it off to Daniels. Daniels once again drives. No good with a left hand off the glass. An offensive rebound pulled down by Dixon. Houston had 2 defenders there. They couldn't come down with a rebound. That's uncharacteristic for Houston. Dixon powers his way inside. Pump fake working on Carlton. Moves it out to the top. Nice pass, Daniels. Gillespie out to the wing. Driving in the lane. Stripped of the ball. Houston forces a turnover. That's exactly what the Cougars need to go on the break now. Houston, Euro step down the lane. Too tall off the glass. Offensive rebound. Second chance. And they got it by Tajay Moore. Whoa, that was close. If you couldn't convert there, I don't know how you can convert in this game. So lucky. That possession might be a game changer. We'll see throughout the rest of this one. Villanova by 7, and they know exactly what to do. They're going to take a timeout with Jay Wright. That possession by Houston was huge. A steal that Houston was able to get 2 points off the turnover, and those 2 points almost didn't happen. That ball was bouncing around the rim, and in slow motion, it was between going in or going out, and it dropped through the net. The luck of the bounce. 7 points by Jermaine Samuels, Caleb Daniels for Villanova, both the top 2 scorers. Colin Gillespie yet to score so far. And then Houston, 4 points is the top scorer, Jamal Shedd and Tajay Moore. And Houston is getting out-rebounded 16-13. So this is really just not a good sign here for Houston. That Houston yet to make a 3. Their defense has kept them all in this game. And getting out rebounded on the glass, which is the main thing because Houston's so good at rebounds. So right now we take the timeout again. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Feel free to join in later tonight. I'll be covering Arkansas against Duke after this one. Crazy, man. St. Peter's and UNC. Winner will play in the Final Four. Unbelievable. Yo, when the bracket came out, I did not think that would be the crazy region in that bracket there. I'm just going to randomly take St. Peter's. Honestly, wouldn't shock me if they make it to the Final Four at this point. Let's see about that line for tomorrow. The line's at UNC 8.5. Yesterday, the line was at Purdue 13. I thought it was going to be the bottom right of the bracket. Auburn, Wisconsin, that whole region in the Midwest that was going to be like the one that the whole bracket would be like torn up and a bunch of upsets. Happened to be Miami coming out of that one into the Elite 8 to take on Kansas. But I thought we'd see some more like crazier upsets over there, like Colgate beating Wisconsin. South Dakota State was a real popular pick. But all the efficient teams went down in the first round. Yeah. They're supposed to pick up Shaheen Holloway now. That's the easiest coaching hire ever. Here's a jumper for Villanova. Missed off the back rim by Caleb Daniels. We get back to action, 23-16. Houston comes up with a rebound. Tajay Moore, 15-foot jump shot, missed around the rim and out. Battle for the rebound, poked loose out of bounds by Villanova. UNC is an 8.5 point favorite in that game. I don't know what the percentage is though for like who took who in that game. I know it's like 98-2 when St. Peter's beat Kentucky to 2% on St. Peter's in the bracket. Houston hits the jumper at the free throw circle. 5-point game, starting to get some momentum here for Houston. Villanova's been held to just 1 of 10 on their last 10 shots from the floor. 1:40 left to go before halftime. Villanova has it at the left wing perimeter. Brandon Slater gives it over to Gillespie, yet to score. Gillespie double team, moves it on top. Caleb Daniels, 10 in the shot clock. Slater out to Gillespie, pump fake. Left baseline dribble Gillespie, and a reach and fall called on Houston by Shed. And that's going to be Houston's 7th. So that will send Gillespie, who's a 90% free throw shooter, to shoot in the 1-1 bonus. I believe he did, yeah. I think, I'm not sure entirely, but I believe he did. The year after they made the Final Four. As an 11 seed, they were in a play-in game that year. First one good by Gillespie. And now he just can't win a tournament game. Yes, I plan on covering Duke against Arkansas after this one. The second free throw is good. Treeper, welcome in. Yeah, it's crazy, man. St. Peter's, 1 game away from making the Final Four. Houston with the ball. Driving down the lane. Tajay Moore floats up one, too tall off the glass. Goes right back to Villanova. 1:10 left to go before halftime. Villanova going to slow it down. Justin Moore passes to his right in the outside. Slater. Slater bounce pass to Dixon. Dixon defended by Chaney. Backs his way. 1 minute left to play before halftime. Dixon, hook shot. He drops it. That's good. Eric Dixon for 2. Puts it into the bucket. 50 seconds left to go. Houston needing something. Dixon up to 6 points now for Villanova. And Houston's going to burn a timeout. So 45.2 seconds left to play. Villanova ain't backing down to the physical challenge tonight. Eric Dixon, he is miles improved this season. These guys down low have been a big impact so far in this game. 7 points by Jermaine Samuels, 6 by Dixon. And then in the backcourt, top scorers, 7 points for Caleb Daniels. Yeah, it's just like Colin Gillespie, Jordan Bohannon. These guys been playing for ages. Yep, still in there with my bracket prediction. I thought we could get Providence to take them down yesterday. That would be crazy. Almost happened. Almost happened. Incredible comeback. They had them on the ropes. Remy Martin, though, he's been the difference maker for that Kansas team. So 40 seconds left to go. Pass down low. Underneath, puts one up, and it's going to be a blocking foul by Villanova. Yeah, it's going to be tough for Providence to come back because they graduate basically the majority of their whole team. So this year was the year. I'd love for them to make the tournament, but probably going to be kind of similar to last year for right now. Until if they do get transfers, I don't think they got like much as far as recruiting coming up there. Providence is not like a huge like recruitment area. It's away from a lot of the other U.S. states. Up in the Northeast, it's tough to get recruits in that area. 20 seconds left to go. Samuels with the ball, takes it inside, puts it up, no good. Hit the rim, short battle for the rebound, and last touched out of bounds by Villanova. They're going to say out of bounds by Samuels. Christian, welcome back in. Yeah, so it all depends because this transfer portal has changed a bunch of things, but they're going to have to load up on transfers, like 4 or 5 transfers to get back to where they are, and some really, really good transfers. 5 seconds left to play. Houston with the ball. Jamal Shed, jumper. Missed off the rim, tipped off the glass, and with 0.1 seconds left to go, it's going to be Villanova who picks up a foul. So Villanova picks up a foul here. It's on Samuels with 1/10 of a second remaining, and this will be... That's the 5th picked up by Villanova. They're discussing it right now. I do not believe it was on the tip attempt. Or are they going to give him 2? So discussion right now whether they're going to give him 2 or not at the free throw line or do an inbound here. And that's what discussion's all about. We're just waiting to see if this will be 2. Okay, so they have confirmed this will be 2 shots. So it was on the tip attempt. That's rough for Villanova. And Houston, they're 324th in free throw shooting. Just missed the first one. Jawan Roberts is the one shooting free throws. Second shot here by Roberts. He got it. So splits the free throws in half. It's a 7-point game. We'll see how much of a difference that 1 point makes in the final portion of this game as we go into halftime. 27-20 to score. Villanova by 7. Shocking outcome of this one so far is that Villanova's the better team on the glass. +2 on the rebound advantage in favor of Villanova. 19-17. That doesn't spark a good sign right now for Houston. Houston lucky that they're in this game through their defense right now. Houston's 0 for 8 from 3-point range, 8 of 26 from the floor shooting at 31%. Villanova's held at 7 of 25, 3 of 12 from 3, but a perfect 10 of 10 at the free throw line. And there's no better team in the nation this year than Villanova when it comes to free throws. They're just automatic. Yeah, I heard about that today, that Memphis got hit with some penalties there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they keep Penny Hardaway. They probably will. I'm interested to see if they go further, like NCAA tournament bans and stuff like that. That'll probably come to, like down the line. We'll see more of those with like other programs under like investigation and stuff. Just unfortunate. Craig, thanks so much, man, for joining in. Yeah, Joe Buck went to ESPN now for some Monday Night Football. So he is no longer got the Cowboys every Sunday at 4:25 doing America's Game of the Week. What's good? Good Pupper. Welcome back in. Yeah, I saw that earlier today. They had the D2 championship game. I was looking to see if they do D3. They don't do D3, though, on the CBS. I think they do it on NCAA.com. Because there was a couple teams that I called this year, because I do some announcing for D3 for a few of the teams in the local conferences, and one of them I think they made the Elite 8 for D3, but I didn't call the game against that team. The other team had like a 6'10" big guy on their team that the head coach played in the NBA previously with like 7 or 8 teams. He played back in the, I think, early 90s at Boston College before going into the NBA in the 90s and early 2000s, and now he's the coach at one of the colleges in Mass. I took Kansas in my bracket to win it all. I'm going to stay with that pick right there. If some reason they get knocked out and Arkansas keeps on going, I think Arkansas could win it all because they've shown that they can beat anybody in the nation. They won against Auburn when Auburn was at their peak. They just won against Gonzaga, the number 1 overall seed. And they can prove if they get past today, they have the chance to win against anybody. going to be interesting to see how that game pans out tonight. That's going to be a lot of points. We'll probably see something in the 40s at halftime today between Arkansas and Duke. Both of those teams are going to look to run down the floor. But then again, Arkansas's defense has been huge. So we might see that point spread lower too. They really improved by far. I'm not sure like the exact number of programs. Yeah, it looks like me and Ethan in the fantasy championship coming up. Yeah, what a crazy comeback my team had this year. My team started out 2-4, and then went on like an 8-game winning streak at one point. I'm going to see if I can bring up how many schools here. I got some article back from last year. So this is back from 2021. It says NC State, LSU, Oklahoma State, which they had to serve their tournament ban this year. Auburn. Okay, this was in the 2021 preseason, which Auburn served their tournament ban last year. Yeah. Yeah, those are like the main ones right there. But that's from like stuff I saw in the article is going back to like a year and a half ago. Yeah, good to put Providence on the map right there. Just so tough to get recruits into Providence. It's tough to schedule teams in too for Providence because they get like assigned games for the Big East Big 12 Challenge games that they do, and then Big East Big 10 matchups that they do. They get a random assignment for those two teams, and then after that it's basically like they have trouble finding other teams in the schedule, so they have to play mid-majors. They play like a lot of like the smaller schools that's pretty good. They played St. Peter's this back in non-conference play. They start out usually playing Fairfield because that's Ed Coley's former school that he used to coach at. But like a lot of the local schools, Sacred Heart, New Hampshire, St. Peter's, they played URI's, who they play at. They do it every year. They switch between Providence and Rhode Island hosting the games. Central Connecticut State, Vermont's a really good mid-major team. They built like a basketball dynasty in that conference, the America East. And that's all they had for the non-conference slate right there. Because it's tough to get them into scheduling like other power conference opponents. So it's all basically like Northeast teams that they got. Yeah, low scoring first half. Doesn't shock me because both of these teams are two like slow tempo offenses that like to slow it down. Yeah, incredible, man. Celtics could be the number 1 seed tomorrow. If out in front of them, the Heat, Bucks, and Sixers all lose. Mike, welcome in. Thanks so much for joining in. Yeah, Chris Chance to Mississippi State's really good hire there. Matt McMahon to LSU. I like Frank Martin to UMass. UMass is going to make the tournament from anytime from now to 2026. They're going to make the tournament in the next like 3-4 years to come. Yes, Gonzaga should switch to the Pac-12. I haven't seen them play Temple in for ages. I'm going to dig back to Providence's non-conference schedule and just see who they played before. Last year they played Fairleigh Dickinson. Oh, they played out in the Maui Classic last year, but it was held in the U.S. Fairfield and Fairleigh Dickinson. And then their other games were non-conference, Indiana, Davidson, Alabama, and Maui in the Invitational. And then TCU was the Big 12, Big East game. Yeah, they get put usually like not like a blue blood program. Like they usually don't get assigned like Kansas when they play in the Big 12, Big East matchup every year. They get assigned usually like TCU or Iowa State, and when they play like Big 10, Big East, they get assigned like Minnesota or Northwestern or Nebraska. So that says a lot about how like other people view Providence, so that they get like those programs instead. They got Texas though back in 2020. They also play Northwestern. They get constantly put against like Northwestern instead of like Iowa or Michigan State. Yeah, they got Texas quite a bit last couple seasons. Oh wow. They had got Illinois a few years ago too. Wow, that's crazy. 2016 Providence beat Illinois and Arizona in the non-conference slate. Can I see the Hogs and the Peacocks in the championship? That would be quite something. That would be the Final Four, because both of them are coming from the same side. That's on the left side of the bracket, so that would be a Final Four matchup. I could see that happening, though. Really could see that happening, that St. Peter's wins tomorrow. And I did predict Arkansas to win today, so we'll see how that goes. Hey, what's good? The coach plays. Appreciate it, man, for stopping them by. Thanks so much, brother. If you guys enjoy live streams, make sure to check him out, too. He's got fire play-by-play content on his channel as well. Right now, we're just at halftime. As of lately, that's been Michigan, but your team's going to be able to turn that around coming up with Kenny Payne. I think Michigan's going to be dangerous next year. I think they were just like one year behind the process. All depends on who stays, who goes for Michigan. I'm always looking forward to like what people have to say like with their predictions afterwards, because I have like no clue myself like who's going to stay, who's going to go, because a lot of these players are seniors. They could use that extra season of eligibility, so it's like so tough to predict like what team's going to be great next season. I think Oklahoma State, though, they're going to be back in the tournament for that team, because they couldn't play this year in the tournament. I think the remaining portion, like everybody's coming back, I think. Yeah, Providence played Wisconsin this past year. That was a great matchup. Samuel Williamson entering the transfer portal. Yeah, it doesn't shock me there. His minutes just kept on dropping down. Yeah, Lamar Parrish of South Carolina was a great get. A lot of good gets in the SEC. Besides Mike White going over to Georgia now. Yeah, all stems in if Hunter Dickinson is going to go to the draft. That's the thing. Yeah, we'll probably see St. Louis in the tournament next year, because that team's like one of the youngest teams. They got like a bunch of like sophomore and freshmen on that team, and they were top 4 this year in the A10. Yeah, that's too bad. I thought that he was going to have a good season there for Samuel Williamson. I heard that Kentucky reached out to Fadaw's AMAC, trying to see if they can land him. So that might mean the end of Oscar Tshiebwe at Kentucky. That he's probably going to go to the draft. Xavier Pinson announced that he's going to transfer from LSU. So that's going to be a big pickup, whoever can get a hold of him. Dante Allen from Kentucky. Desmond Cambridge from Nevada. He's transferring. I saw him when he used to play at Brown. Man, it seems like he's been in college basketball for a long time. So many players in the transfer portal. Ethan Anderson of USC. Max Alban Polo of USC. Looks like USC is going to take a hit next year. Yeah, I wouldn't want to come back to that. Jaden Dallaire of Stanford. Wow, this transfer portal just keeps on filling up every single day. Well, Illinois and Houston, two teams with the most Final Four appearances without winning at all. Interesting. Yeah. For sure. That Musk can keep his players at Arkansas if they get and win the championship, because they got one of the top recruits coming in for next season. They've just lived off of the energy, just feeded off of the energy, the underdog hype throughout this tournament, and everybody's bought into it, except for like the national people on TV. Like they all keep on going against them, and Arkansas just keeps on proving you wrong. And to close out on this poll, looks like Villanova took the poll 60-40 over Houston. So we're just awaiting second half and a little bit from now. Houston has got their top score with just 6 points. So they just really need to get better shot selection here in the second half all around. Yet to even make a three. They were 0 for 8 from three-point range. And this tournament just hasn't been generous, the three-point shooting. Pat, welcome in. Wishing you the best right there. Hopefully they're able to turn it around for you, because yeah, it's been a tough first half for Houston. They're getting out-rebounded, which is not a good sign right there. 19-17, Villanova's the better team in the glass in the first half. And both teams got 4 offensive rebounds. It's just what Houston relies upon. They usually get that one player who goes off. It's been a different player last 4 games. And Colin Gillespie, he's only got 2 points, hasn't even made a shot. Both of them at the free throw line. So Houston's defense keeping them in this game, but it's just nobody's been able to go off. Yeah. Yeah, really concerning at this point for Houston. Alright, so waiting for the second half. Appreciate all for joining in. If you guys are new, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Later tonight, I'll be covering Arkansas against Duke, so feel free to drop them by for that stream as well. Just waiting for the start of the second half. Yeah, ACC, like, I'm shocked how far these teams have gone. They've got like a lot of explosive offenses from the ACC. So that's like the big strength is scoring for the ACC. Miami's is forcing turnovers. And Duke's just got elite shot creation all around. That they can knock down difficult shot after difficult shot for Duke. And UNC's just got hot. They're a really good team from three for UNC. Brady Manick's taking that team to another level. So it's more so for the scoring. That's the big key of those teams has been. Those teams have been just really strong as far as scoring. And then coming to the tournament, they've been better defensively than what we expected. Because the big question mark for Duke coming in was if they can maintain like consistency on the defensive end, and they have really stepped it up. They're locked in. Like last 5 minutes of the game for Duke, they're just locked in, and they go on a big time run to close out the game. Like if you think that you're counting out Duke, just don't count them out, even if your team's up, because they know how to just take you down in the final 5 minutes. We've seen some incredible basketball being played by Duke in the last 5 minutes in the last two games. Yeah, me too. I'm shocked that we still got there's still 3 ACC teams in. Jake, welcome in. Thanks so much for joining in. All right, here we go. We're gonna start off half number 2. Yeah, Terrence Shannon was on draft boards a couple of, he was on draft boards a lot, like, last year in, like, the first round. And he still stayed at college, and he's going to transfer now. We get back to action. Villanova, first possession, second half. Justin Moore has the shot block. Dixon able to get it underneath the rim, and he got called on the travel. Turnover by Villanova. I think that's gonna be tough if Miami goes all the way, but anything's possible, like we've seen from this tournament. Kansas is gonna be the toughest one because Kansas does a pretty good job taking care of the ball, and Miami just forces a bunch of turnovers. But it's not like they're gonna get dominated on the glasses. Houston gets called in a turnover. So yeah, anything is possible. You never know. Just look at that St. Peter's team. It's crazy. Here's a 3 lined up, and it's good from the outside by Caleb Daniels. Transfers have been huge in the tournament. Here's one from Tulane. Caleb Daniels comes over to Villanova back in the 2020 offseason. And welcome in. Houston down by 10 in some deep trouble. White passes out to the left corner, Kyler Edwards. Gives it out to the elbow, into the hands to Tajay Moore. Takes the jumper, missed off the back rim, tipped all around. Back to Houston it goes. Drive, dish underneath Carlton with a right-handed hook in. He scores. Luck of the bounce right there. They almost didn't convert on those 2 points. They've had a couple of tough buckets underneath that almost didn't drop, that had a bounce from the rim down into the net, making it more harder than it looks. Villanova with a possession, 18-15 remaining. Gillespie yet to score a bucket so far. 2 points at the free throw line, backs his way, moves it out on top to Samuels. Samuels dribbles, attacks, left hand, scoop, score. Up and in off the window, lays it up and in. Steven, welcome in. 9 points by Jermaine Samuels. Houston has the ball. Top of the key, Jamal Shed. Bounce pass. Jumper. No good. Too strong off the back. Missed by Edwards. Another chance. At the top, Shed. Shed defended by Samuels. 12 on the shot clock. Shed dribbles inside underneath the hoop. Tried to go backdoor. Got rejected by the bottom part of the backboard. Dixon was there to collect the rebound. Houston's just making it more difficult than it looks with these tough shot selections. Gillespie had a clear path and then Houston closed up. Gillespie passes into the key. One bounce pass. Spin move. Dixon back out to the wing. Gillespie fading away. Takes the three. Missed off the rim, no good. Rebound goes right back to Houston. 17 minutes remaining. Houston by 10. Looking to get something. Edwards. Bounce pass. Down low post, Carlton. Spin move. Puts it up and gets called an offensive foul. Pushing off his defender. And Kelvin Sampson not too happy about that one right there. Just shaking his head as Josh Carlton just elbows in to Jermaine Samuels and gets called an offensive foul. "17 minutes left to go. Villanova will keep on slowing down the ball. They'll play to as many little as points that you can score. That's Villanova. Pump fake. Daniels lost the dribble, and Houston called in the reach and just all over him. And Jamal Shed's not happy about that call by the official. Villanova's going to get the inbounds. Bounce pass to the top to Samuels. Samuels having a great game today. Gives it over to Gillespie. Samuels, top scorer. He's got 9. Or Daniels has got 10, the top scorer, and Samuels with 9. Gillespie, they move it out to the corner. Here's a 3, and missed off the front rim by Caleb Daniels. Houston looking to see if they can run with it on the break now. Pass out to the top. Here's a 3 straight away. Kyler Edwards, and they just can't hit a 3. Offensive rebound pulled down by Houston. Touch pass. Wing. 3 on its way. There's one. Tajay Moore. Now we're starting to get ourselves a ball game. Offensive rebound equals 3 points off of the second chance opportunity for Houston. That's the Houston team that we see under Kelvin Sampson. So they finally make their first 3 of the game. It took them 10 attempts to do so. At the low block, it is Slater. Passes over to Gillespie. Dangerous. Gillespie with a cut, though. Able to dribble circles around this defense. Swings it out to the corner. Snagged by Moore. 5 on the shot clock. Moore stepped out of bounds, though. Turnover Villanova. 15:40 left to go. It's going to be Houston basketball. I think we're going to go on a media timeout right now. So Houston with a big 3 a couple moments ago. We'll see if anything can change. But timeout's just been benefiting Villanova. And this media timeout comes in the right spot for them. What's good? Rick on the stream. William, welcome in. Still time in this game, but Houston's just struggled with the flow all game long offensively here today. Now it's Houston who's up on the glass, though. They were -2 in the first half on the glass, and now they're +1 total in the game right now. So they're +3 in the second half. Jamie, welcome back in on the stream. Hit me up in the chat. Who do you got in this one, Houston or Villanova? I'll be back a little bit later tonight covering Arkansas versus Duke for the second game. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy because football, you see all the familiar names like every single year in the college football playoffs. And then in the basketball, you see different names, it seems like, every single year. Yep, so Baylor, Gonzaga, UCLA, 3 of those Final Four teams are out, and Houston trying to make it in, but Villanova's got the lead. Lord, welcome back in, man. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Miami versus Kansas. Nets and Heat. I would take the Nets in that game. The Heat have been cracking under pressure lately. And Kyrie is back full time. I'm going to take St. Peter's right there. Because they just keep on winning and winning and winning. At this rate, I wouldn't be shocked if they even make it into the Final Four. They get the toughest offense that they're going to face, though, all season long. Because UNC is just on fire right now. But I would not be shocked if St. Peter's pulls that one off. So St. Peter's now is beating a 2, a 7, and a 3. And they're going to play an 8 tomorrow. So UNC an 8 seed. Crazy. Alright, so we get back to action. 15:35 left to go. 7-point lead for Villanova. Houston has the basketball. Pump fake. Kyler Edwards puts one up, and he's able to connect on it. Cuts it to a 5-point game. Things getting interesting right now. Houston trying to get right back into it. Kyler Edwards, first bucket for him tonight, as he is finally there on his 7th shot attempt. Villanova with the ball. Driving into the lane. Missed the layup off the side of the glass by Justin Moore. Rebound Houston. They pass ahead. Tajay Moore, shake and bake move. Drives to the cup. No good off the glass. Tipped up, and a huge rebound pulled down by Jermaine Samuels for Villanova. Houston had 3 guys trying to go up for the board, and they couldn't come down with it. 15 minutes left to go. They just have players come at you left and right. Justin Moore. At the top of the key, bounce pass to Samuels, pump fake, drives, down the lane, able to get his defender to bite, puts one up, and that's through. Good through the contact as he scores, count it in 1. Jermaine Samuels just gets 2 defenders to go up in their motion on the pump fake, and he gets Fabian White on the way down. Villanova is just so good at faking out their opponents. Villanova is a perfect 10 of 10 tonight at the free throw line. Best free throw shooting team in all of college hoops. 1 shot coming up. Free throw, good, by Samuels. Villanova up by 8. Big D on the stream, welcome in. Yeah, craziest baseball season, man. I get to cover my first baseball game next week. Houston, corner 3. Over the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, they stay in bounds with it. They move it out to the top. Shed, drive, kicks to the corner. Fabian White moves on top. Bounce pass down low. That's going to be 13. Jawan Roberts is... He was working on Samuels. Samuels called on the reach-in foul. Clock will stop. Now it's Gillespie, they're going to say. Samuel's right next to him. Samuel's got 1 foul. Gillespie's got his 2nd now. So 2 each by Gillespie and Eric Dixon. And then 1 each by Samuels and Archie Diacono. And we got another foul here away from the ball. So Villanova with a quick 2nd. And that'll be charged to Caleb Daniels reaching in. Houston with 3 fouls, 2nd half. Villanova with 2. Houston puts up a jumper. Missed off the back rim offensive rebound between 3 defenders. Get that out of there. Huge rejection. Daniels was in the area getting the block. Came from behind. Villanova with the ball again. Moore takes it past midcourt. Hands it off at the wing. Slater dribbles into the key. Slater passes out to the top. Daniels. 10 on the shot clock. Daniels takes a three straight away. Hits rim short. Battle for the rebound. Gillespie comes down with it. Bounce pass off to Moore on the outside. Over to Gillespie. Open three. Couldn't convert. Tried to go for the follow. Missed the slam dunk by Caleb Daniels off of a putback. Houston with a rebound. 13 and a half left to go. Houston. Lob over to the right baseline. Out to the top. Here's a three on its way straight away. Way too strong. Missed by the Cougars by Jamal Shed. They just haven't been able to connect from three today. 1 of 12 from the perimeter. Gillespie's going to slow it down once again. It's a slow pace game between these two teams. Hopefully you took the under on this one because that's where we're heading. Over under at 127. 13 minutes left to go. Villanova with the ball. They back their way. Low post. Eric Dixon pivots, puts one up. Huge rejection out of bounds right there by the Cougars defense. That is Jawan Roberts with the block as he denies Eric Dixon. Darius, welcome to the stream. Mike, thanks so much for joining in. 12:58 left to go. 7 on the shot clock for Villanova. Inbound, Gillespie, pump fake, slide to the left, takes the three, missed off the back rim. Gillespie 0 for 4 from three-point range, 0 for 4 from the floor, 2 points both at the free throw line. 12:45 left to play. Houston has possession. Down by 8 with the Cougars. Shed looking to see if he can put his team inching closer to 30 or at 30, but they've only made 1 3. Edwards at the wing, defended by Dixon. Nobody's able to go off for Houston just yet. Edwards dribble drive attack, and he gets fouled from behind. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line. It's going to be charged to Dixon, his third. So Eric Dixon now with 3 personal fouls as they go after the big man. 2 fouls committed by Gillespie and 1 each for Villanova by Daniels, Samuels, and Archie Diacono. And then Houston, top scorer's got 9 points with Tajay Moore, but they got 2 players deep foul trouble inside the front court. Josh Carlton, Fabian White with 3 fouls each. 12:28 remaining. Kyler Edwards went off in the last game against Arizona. He's only got 2 today, though. Yeah, feel free to come on board for the next stream. It's going to be another stream coming up after this one. Duke against Arkansas. Free throws missed. Both of them by Houston, by Edwards. 0 for 2, ain't going to cut it. Joe, welcome in. Top of the key for Houston. They give it inside and working their way at the glass. It's good. Up and in off the glass. It's Jawan Roberts. Offensive rebounds are crucial. Houston starting to roll the boards right now, +2. They were down by -2 at halftime. And Villanova's on a 2-minute, 45-second scoring drought. Bounce pass at the top. Samuels, pump fake, dribbles up into the key double team. Samuels spin move out to the top. Daniels, pump fake. It's going to be a 3. Justin Moore takes one, and he makes one. That's good. Both feet behind the line. Yeah, things going pretty well, Joe. 11 and a half left to go in the second. Houston has possession. Jamal Shed has it at the top of the key crossover. Dribbles, drives down the lane on Samuels. Samuels not going to let him get there, though. Moves it outside to Edwards. Edge in the March Madness logo. 5 in the shot clock. Edwards towards his right. Takes the 3. Nice defense by Gillespie. Forces the air ball. It goes out of bounds. Shot clock violation 2 by Houston. That was incredible defense right there by Colin Gillespie. Not putting up his hands in the air to challenge. Giving him no room, too. 38-29 to score. 11-12 left to go. So we're going to take the timeout here. Houston just in no rhythm this whole game. That's been the one big impact of Villanova this season is their defense. Their defense has been top 35 in fewest points allowed. And able to just make more shots than Houston. been the big difference maker. Houston with just 1 made 3. Villanova's got 5, and Villanova's strong with their 3-point shooting that they rely upon. And they've made enough now to be up. Jermaine Samuels, 12 points, 10 points by Caleb Daniels, the top 2 scorers. So even though Gillespie hasn't got going, it's a good sign here for Villanova in this game. And just, they get you all the time on the up fakes. And that's how Villanova's been able to go to the free throw line 6 times. They're a perfect 11 of 11. And Houston's just 4 of 8 at the free throw line. They're around the 320s. In free throw shooting percentage. And that their physicality doesn't seem like it's bothering Villanova in this game. Villanova is just so smart with the basketball. Hey, thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, really low score right now. We're almost midway through the second half. I thought we'd see a low score like this. Because both of these teams got like some of the slowest paced offenses in all college hoops. I get the numbers on that. Villanova's back in the 345 for their pace of offense for adjusted tempo. And there's 359 schools that play at the D1 level. And then Houston's at 338. And it's going to be totally different tonight. Arkansas is in the top 30 in adjusted tempo. Duke is in the top 45. Yes. The over-under for this one, I believe, was at 127 before the game. The under's looking really good. We got 67 points total with just over 11 minutes left to go. It's a little combination of both. Houston not helping themselves out at all, though, with their shot selection. It's more so earlier in this game was Houston's poor shooting. The over-under to start this game was at 127. We have 11-12 left to play. Yeah, this one's going well under. And we're at 67 combined points. $11 minutes left to go now. Basically, it's been 2 possessions in a minute span by this rate that we keep on going. Pump fake. Bounce pass underneath. Samuels puts one up. Huge rejection off the glass by Houston. I think they're going to count as a goaltend. They will. Okay, so it was over the cylinder. Blocked off the backboard. And Houston called in the... Ooh, I don't know about that from the behind the glass cam right there. That didn't look like it was going to even go in. So Villanova gets credit for the 2 points. It goes back to Houston. Houston with the ball at the top. Dribbles, attacks, dump off underneath the hoop. One dribble, lost the handle of the ball. Tipped over to Gillespie. Villanova picks up the steal. Houston in deep, deep trouble right now. I got Arkansas in that one tonight. 10:20 remaining. Villanova will keep on slowing it down as we're almost midway through the second. Daniels at the top of the key. Gives it out to Gillespie. Here's a 3 taken by Daniels. Hit the front rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Houston. So, since we came back to action after the timeout, it was 11:10 left to play. We've gone through 1 minute. Just 2 points has been scored in the last minute. So, we're going at snail's pace right now. Under's looking really good. Pass deflected out of bounds with 9:57 left. Just snail's pace in this game. 31% shooting by Houston, 30% by Villanova. But when you add in the free throws and the threes, that's the difference maker in this matchup in favor of Villanova. Villanova's made 5 threes, Houston with 1. And Villanova perfect 11 of 11 at the free throw line. Houston is 4 of 8. Shovel underneath, scores. That's good by Houston. Juwan Roberts. Getting number 13 involved underneath the hoop. That's been big here. They just haven't been able to put this game to like 5 or 4. They've been down by like 7, 8, and 9. They just can't get there though. To like 5 or 4. If they get there to 5 or 4, then this is starting to be a really good game for a finish. 9:20 remaining. Not exactly where Houston would like to have it, though, because Villanova is the best free throw shooting team. So any game that's close, they win. Open three. Missed off the front rim by Nova. Had a great look, just couldn't convert by Brandon Slater. Rebound Houston. Houston with another chance to cut into the deficit. They put one up, and it's going to be a blocking foul. Justin Moore called in the blocking foul. 2 shots heading to the line for Houston. Robert, thanks so much for joining in, man. Yeah, exactly like Providence from yesterday. But Providence started to figure themselves out in the second half. Houston has not with their scoring. First shot by Houston, and they missed the free throw. Yeah, Houston only shoots 67% at the free throw line as a team. That's all the way in the 320 percentile out of 359. Jamal Shed missed the first one. He's going to have shot number 2. Second one's good. So they put it at 8. 9 minutes remaining. Villanova, the best free throw shooting team at 82.6%. Houston's at 66.7%. That's good for 324th nationally. Under 9 minutes left to play. Daniels in the key. Bounce pass to the top out to Moore. Justin Moore takes the jumper. Top of the free throw circle. Too strong. Rebound pulled down by Houston. Houston should go more faster tempo because that's how they've been able to get buckets, and they got it that time. Not the prettiest type of look, but they push tempo and they score. That is Tajay Moore. It's a 6-point game. Let's see. Kelvin Sampson, he's got himself, it looks like he's got 624 career victories. So 624 and 296 all time. Villanova with the ball inside the key, up by 6. Turnaround jumper. Missed off the front rim once again by Justin Moore. That's back-to-back misses. Goes right back to Houston. Yeah, I was just looking at the scores right there. I don't think there's anything such as 320 percentile, as that will be a turnover by Houston offensive foul. I meant like 320s as far as schools in there. Yeah, they're 324th nationally in free throw shooting. I'm not sure exactly where he ranks in the all-time wins list. I'll see if I can get that up there and see. Jay Wright is the coach of Villanova. Incredible head coach. Mark, thanks so much for joining in. Italiano, welcome to the stream. Houston starting to pull away with their rebound total. They were -2 on the glass in the first half, and now they're up to +6. It's just the shots from the outside aren't dropping. If they make those outside shots, we got ourselves a ball game. But I think late in this game, it plays favor to Villanova if Houston's down like by 2 or 3 and can't make shots in the final minute, have to fall, because right there, that's basically an automatic win for Villanova if you can't make your shots in the final minute down like 1, 2, or 3. And Villanova comes up with a rebound, because Villanova is just so good at free throws, they'll ice the game at the line. Houston was actually the favorite in this game today. This game's being played at Texas, out in San Antonio. Final Four is at New Orleans this year. I predicted Kansas in my bracket. This tournament's showing that anything's possible, though, with all the upsets. Thanks so much, Daniel. Appreciate it, man. Let's see. Let's see if Kelvin Sampson's on this list. Oh, he is. Kelvin Sampson is 39th all-time in career victories. See if Jay Wright is here on the list. Jay Wright's 59th in career victories. Oh no, that was before the start of the... So that's before the start of the season that they got that from. So it didn't update, it looks like, on this record database. But that's what they had entering the season. Yeah, because this is Coach K 1170. Now he's at 1201. Here we go. This will probably have a better one right here. So Bill Self is 45th in career victories. Okay. So we get back to action here. Villanova coming quick out of the timeout they just scored. 42-34, that is Caleb Daniels who makes a 2. He's up to 12. Houston looking to get something. Driving down the lane. Tajay Moore puts it up, missed off the glass. Offensive rebound, though, pulled down by Houston. Another chance. Floats up a shot and hits it. Wow, went off the front rim, bounced the back, and went in. Got the friendly roll by Jamal Shed. 6-point game with 7 minutes left to play. Villanova's going to slow down the ball. Daniels hands it off to Slater. Pass out to the top to Dixon. Dixon bounce pass left wing to Jermaine Samuels. Under 7 minutes left to play. 8 on the shot clock for Villanova. Samuels inside. Low post puts one up, and that will be a tie-up forced by Houston. Possession arrow. Houston, wow. Jermaine Samuels going up for the shot. First time up, he got tied up and then went back down, put it up, got the bucket a second time, but they aren't going to count that bucket since Houston tied him up before it. That's a huge defensive stop right there by Houston. A difference between an 8-point game and a 4-point game if they come up and make this basket this possession. 6:35 left to go. They haven't been down by 4 in quite a bit of time here. Driving, puts one up, got it blocked, and it's going to be a blocking foul, though, by Caleb Daniels. So Houston's going to head to the free throw line with Tajay Moore to shoot 2. 6:31 left to go. Hanging in here for the Cougars. That's Villanova's 5th as a team in the second half they picked up for fouls. Every single point crucial. Houston would have the lead, or would be close to having a lead. They'd be down by 1 if they made all their free throws. They're 5 of 10. First one is good. They put themselves within 5. Second one, that's good. Both of those crucial for Houston. They cut it to 4. Now we get a ball game. It's a 9-2 run by Houston in the last 3 minutes, 15 seconds. Carla, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining in. What a game here. 6:20 left to play. Houston as close as they've been in a long time since the early first half. Villanova top of the key. This game was 18-10 at one point in the first half. Houston never really got any closer than that for a while until now. Creeping right back in. Dixon, low post. Turnaround, puts one up off the back rim, miss, gets his own offensive rebound though between 3 defenders. Another chance for Villanova. Gillespie, jumper, no good, missed off the front rim, tipped up. Samuels comes up with another offensive rebound. Passes back outside, pump fake. Here's a 3, Daniels, way off the front rim. Houston comes down on the break here for Houston. Dribbling the length, they're going to slow it down around the perimeter. Looked like they were going to take it to the bucket at first off the run out, but Villanova, great job closing up defensively. 5:35 left to go. Houston with the ball down by 4, looking to put it to a one-possession game. The Cougars at the outside, backing their way now to the right elbow. Jamal Shed, spin move on Gillespie, powers his way, puts it up and in, off the backboard. Oh, baby, what a move by Jamal Shed to the cup. This team looked like they were out of it in the first half. Jamal Shed has given this team life. Or it's Tajay Moore. Tajay Moore, he's got 15. He's number 4. Tajay Moore to the cup right there. Huge bucket. Unbelievable right in this one for Houston. So Tajay Moore is the player that's going off right now. He's got 15. He just made the free throws before that. 15 by him. Shed and Jerron Roberts got 7. Roberts got 7 rebounds for him. He doesn't average many points, doesn't play many minutes, but I remember watching that game against Alabama back in the non-conference slate, and Jerron Roberts came in, and he was crucial in that game, just tiring down the Crimson Tide trying to get boards. Houston doing exactly that in the second half here, just going from -2 in the glass to +6 total in the second half. Now 35-29, so they're +8 in rebounds in the second half here, and this game is just completely opened up right now. Houston starting to take it to the rim, and an unbelievable finish right there by Tajay Moore, defended by Gillespie, just spun and went straight to the rim and laid it up and in. Anybody's game right now. Scott, welcome on the stream. Ben, 2 Bens here. Glad to have you guys back in. If you guys are new in the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. And what a matchup here that we got. Houston, despite being 1 of 13 from 3-point range, is 2 points away from tying it up. They also missed 5 free throws. And they're right now in this game. Villanova perfect 11 for 11 when it comes to free throws, but they've only attempted 1 in the second half. And just getting out-rebounded. We have 5:15 left to play. So on the timeout, 5:15 left to go. Hopefully you took the under in this one, because that's where it's heading. Over-under at 127. And we got to combine 82 points with 5:15 left. Hey, thanks so much for the sub there, Scott. Appreciate it, man. Hey, thanks so much, James. Appreciate it. We got a great game here. We get back to action now. 42-40, 5:15 left to play. Villanova jumper, Gillespie. Right back from the timeout. It seems like Villanova always has a big response, and there he is, Colin Gillespie. Finally knocks down a shot in this game. That's his first field goal of the entire game with 5 minutes left to go. Inside the key, jumper missed off the back rim by Kyler Edwards. Rebound pulled down by Villanova by Samuels. Hey, thanks so much, Robert. Appreciate it, man. 4.5 left to play. Villanova will keep on slowing it down. Both of these teams, extremely slow tempo offenses. That's why we have a 44-40 score in the final 4.5 minutes. Gillespie on the outside. Top of the key, dribbles up, drives down the lane. Gillespie stripped to the ball, gets it back, 5 in the shot clock. Gillespie moves out to the top, extra pass, pump fake, takes the 3, steps into it. Missed off the back rim, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. Didn't get it off in time by Justin Moore. Goes right back to Houston with 4:09 remaining. The score is, we've been at snail's pace. Yeah, that ball left his hands after the shot clock expired. Houston down by 4. They have it on the outside. Edwards hands it off to Tajay Moore. Moore, crossover. Moore, spin move. In the key. Puts up a wild shot. No good. Offensive rebound. Jawan Harris is 8th of the game. They move it outside. Jerron Roberts, that was, got the offensive board. Missed 3 by Houston. They just can't hit one. 1 of 14 from 3. Villanova comes out with a defensive rebounds. Yeah, looking like first to 50 is going to take this. It's benefiting Villanova because Villanova can make every free throw that they take, basically. They're the best in the nation. Step back, jumper, baseline, missed by Daniels off the front rim. Offensive rebound pulled down by Jermaine Samuels. Villanova with another chance here at it. 3:20 left to go, 12 on the shot clock. Gillespie, edge of the midcourt logo. Bounce pass into the hands to Justin Moore at the March Madness logo. 5 in the shot clock. Moore dribbles towards his left at the left wing. Moore now at the left baseline trying to get inside, and Moore gets fouled. As the shot clock was about to expire too, and a bad foul committed by Houston. 3:08 left to go, and Villanova is going to get a new 20 coming up. And we're going to take a media timeout. 44-40, Villanova by 4 with 3:08 remaining. Yeah, 3-point shooting and missed free throws. Houston would have the lead right now if they make their free throws. They're 7-12 at the free throw line, and then 1 of 14 from 3-point range. 1 of 14 from 3-point range, 7%. Just Houston's such a physical team. They rebound, but gonna make the shots too. Texas Tech was not a good 3-point shooting team. They got bounced out against Duke. And Villanova just so good. Late stretch of the game when it comes down to free throws, they're perfect 11 for 11. I would not want to be down against Villanova in the final minute. And Houston's gonna have to make up these 4 points in a 2-minute span for them, or it's going to look tough. Because in the final minute, if Houston misses a 3, they haven't tied the game or they're not on top and they can't force a stop, then Villanova's going to win this game. As Villanova makes everything when it comes to free throws. Houston's never led, by the way, either. 11-point lead was the largest one by Villanova. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Feel free to join in for Arkansas against Duke later tonight. I'll be covering that game. And we got a good one right now. Low scoring game. Hopefully you took the under in this one here. We got 3:08 remaining on the clock. Both of these teams extremely slow tempo offenses. Yeah, Houston's had their looks. It's been like more bad shooting. Villanova's had some pretty good defensive plays in there today, though. But it hasn't been like mind-blowing blocks or anything like we've seen from other teams with like massive blocks. Kansas had double-digit blocks yesterday against Providence. Kentucky getting eliminated by St. Peter's. I thought that they may be making a deep run. As far as the teams in the Sweet 16, yeah, Purdue. Purdue out of the Sweet 16. Oh, Texas Tech, too. But Coach K is still going on. .308 left to play. Both teams with 5 personal fouls. Villanova, 2 timeouts remaining. 3 timeouts remaining for Houston. And this will be Villanova at the free throw line coming up. As Houston committed a foul. It's going to be 2 shots coming up here by Villanova by Justin Moore. First one, good. Perfect 12 for 12 at the line for Villanova today. Yeah, sure, I'll check the Discord when I have a chance. Justin Moore, 75% free throw shooter. Second one coming up, that is good. So Villanova up by 6. 3 minutes left to go. Houston has possession. At the right wing, rising for the J. Missed off the front rim, another 3. They're 1 for 15. That's no good by Kyler Edwards. Under 3 minutes remaining, Villanova just going to keep on slowing down the ball. That was not a good shot selection by Edwards. Hand in the face, just fades away and takes the 3. Missed too short. Driving down the lane, Samuels. Bounce pass out to the wing, out to Slater. Slater puts the ball into the hands of Gillespie. Gillespie dribbles, attacks right to the cup. Loose ball, turnover. Gillespie turns it over. Houston comes out with a steal. 2.5 left to go. Push pass to the corner. Catch and fire. 3 in the air. Nope, they cannot make a 3. Missed off the back rim by Tajay Moore. Rebound goes to Villanova. 2:15 remaining. 1 of 16 from 3 for Houston. Villanova 5 of 21. The first time in over 12 games that Villanova's been held to 8 threes or less. Something had to give. Houston's been allowing 7 threes or less to opponents. Houston just can't drain one. Pump fake Villanova. Dribbles up into the key, and Houston picks up a reach and fall, their 6th. As that one gets charged to Fabian White. And that's going to be White's 4th personal foul. So that's back-to-back possessions by Houston that they've settled for threes and missed them both. And the odds are saying that you probably can't hit them, especially in the final 2.5 minutes. 0 for 2. 1:50 remaining. Villanova gets the inbounds. Wildcats have it at the top. Crossover to the free throw circle. Samuels dribbles, attacks down the lane, and that will be tie-up possession arrow Villanova. That's what the last call was in the floor. Wow. Ties up Jermaine Samuels. Big defensive play there by Juwan Roberts. Spaghetti Factory to the membership. Let's get that member hype for Spaghetti Factory. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. You guys legends on the stream. 1:40 left to go. 5 in the shot clock for Villanova. Houston with 6 personal fouls second half. Villanova with 5. Villanova about to get the inbound. They do. Passing it out to the top of the key. Moore dribbles, drives, 3 in the shot clock. Right hand, no good. Missed off the glass. Rebound control by Houston. They go on a pass ahead of the pack here. Gonna slow it down. They've been pretty good out in transition. I don't know why they should go and attack again. This time they'll attack right down the lane. They score. Imagine if the last 2 possessions were 2s. This would be tied up at 46 making stops like this. 1:22 left to go. 46-42. Houston finally realizes that you have to go after your opponent as they dribble straight down the lane. Floats up a runner in the key, and that one able to drop down by Jamal Shed. Timeout taken on the floor. 1:22 left to go. It's a 4-point game. Both teams now with 2 timeouts as Houston has burned one. Right now we're in the timeout. Going to get back to action just a couple moments from now. Oop, my score just dropped down. So we got 42-46. That's, 46. I don't know why it changed like that. Get it back to the other slide. Here we go. Okay, so it's going to be Villanova inbound. Minute 18 left to play. In the backcourt. Houston bringing pressure, able to take it past the half-court logo. 1:10 left to go. Villanova attacks right hand down the lane, scores. That is good by Jermaine Samuels. Big time bucket there. 1 minute left to go. Houston down by 6. They gotta go. They float up the shot. Goes off the rim. And we have a Villanova fall. They pick up their 6th. So both teams now with 6. SG, welcome back to the stream, man. Thanks so much for joining in, brother. $59 seconds left to go. Inbound. It goes to Houston, but we're going to have a foul committed by Villanova away from the basketball, and Houston will head to the free throw line. It's actually not bad for that foul right there, because Houston's in the 1-and-1 bonus, and they don't shoot free throws very well. That's actually smart for Villanova. First shot, Kyler Edwards goes to the line, hits it. $59 seconds left. So they try to take a gamble. Understandable for sure. Second one, that is good. So both of those are crucial, and Houston able to make the free throws. If they made all of them like Villanova, they would have the lead by 1. Villanova 13 of 13 on free throws. Houston 9 of 14. Villanova by 4. They have the basketball. 50 seconds left to play. Just going to keep on slowing it down. Justin Moore has the edge of the March Madness logo. 12 in the shot clock for Moore. Dribbles into the paint. Moore dribbles back outside to the right corner. 8 in the shot clock. Slips for the ball. Houston forces the tie-up. And possession arrow, Houston. Justin Moore slipped on the hardwood with the ball in his hands. And right there is defender Jawan Roberts forcing the tie-up. Wow. You don't see too many mistakes like that by Villanova, especially in the final minute. 35 seconds remaining. The possession arrow goes to Houston. And this is not a good sign. Moore is down. Moore has to get helped out by his teammates. He is down. Oh man, this looks pretty bad. Yeah. I think the right knee just buckled by Justin Moore. Justin Moore being checked out now by the medical staff. He is down. 35 seconds left to go. That's tough. They don't go to a break. They continue playing. Houston dribbles, attacks left hand. Missed the layup, no good. Had a golden opportunity to get one. They couldn't. Gillespie has it, and he gets fouled with 25.7. Just can't convert on the biggest offensive player of the game for Houston. And they just could not convert. Too strong off the glass and missed the layup. Colin Gillespie, 90% at the free throw line this season. Gonna shoot in the 1-and-1 bonus. Season highs in points, 3-point shooting, and free throws. First one, got it. Highest free throw percentage in the season goes to Villanova at 82.6 in NCAA history. Second one is good. 25 seconds left to go. By the way, no number 2 seed. It's one against a 5 seed in the Elite 8. Jay Wright's going to change that today. 25 seconds left. Villanova up by 6. And a timeout burned by Houston on the floor, as Houston has never led tonight. You don't even want to be down 1, 2, or 3 against Villanova in the final minute. Never even down by 6 or so. This is that's the problem. You have to get up against Villanova in the final minute to beat them, because if you're in a tie game down 1 or 2, it's over. It's a Villanova victory if you can't come up with the rebounds and have to fall, and that's the case there. Houston missed the layup. They should have put it winning 2. And it's going to be Houston basketball with 25 seconds, but just Villanova so good at free throws. Villanova winning the chip in 2016, 2018, no tournament in 2020. Going to see if they can do it again in 2022. Missed 3 in the outside by Houston. They get the offensive rebound. They're going to take another 3 straight away. Missing another one. Tipped, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Houston. The game in a nutshell here. Houston, 1 of 18 from 3-point range. Disappointing. 13 seconds remaining. These guys, when the game mattered the most, they just couldn't make a 3 tonight. That is just crushing. Absolutely crushing for Houston. They just could not make a 3. Ooh. That cheerleader's reaction right there as Houston tapped the ball right into the front row of the cheerleaders. They're looking to see who last touched this ball out of bounds. That's what they're looking at right now. We got 16 seconds left. $16 seconds left to play. They had 2 opportunities to take the 3 on that possession, and they missed both of them. Still on an official review right here. Actually, the clock's down to 12.8. So the clock is down to 12.8 seconds. Yep, Villanova's going to take on the winner of Kansas versus Miami tomorrow. So 12.8 seconds left to play. Still looking at who's going to get this inbound coming up. Devastating for Houston as these players know it. These players right now in tears. And Houston will not be to back-to-back Final Fours. Incredible run by Houston, though. If you looked at this team a couple months ago, because they had 2 of their key players get injured, their top scorer, Marcus Sasser, done for the season. And it's just devastating for this team right here. They've come such a long way for them. They had a couple pretty bad losses throughout the season, but they never were able to let that get to them. And they were able to march on to win the American Conference Championship this year, and they took themselves back to an Elite 8 with a team that was missing 2 of their key players. Hey, thanks so much, Wargasm. Appreciate it, bud. I'll see you guys at the next stream. Feel free to join in for Arkansas against Duke coming up a little bit later tonight. I think we'll tip off around 8:50, most likely. $13.8 left to go. So we have 13.8 seconds. Villanova gets the inbound. Daniels, ball tapped out of bounds. Oh, Villanova turns it over. Referees say it's Houston ball. It's off of Daniels. So it's going to be Houston basketball here. Slater inbounded to Daniels, and the ball was slapped from and bounced off his thigh area and rolled out of bounds. It's a huge defensive play there by Houston to slap that one out by Tajay Moore. Yeah, slaps it out. That's off of Daniels last. Skidded off his thigh out of bounds, yeah. So Houston's going to get the inbound coming up. And Houston will need a 3, which that's been the monster to Houston today, has been the 3. They're looking at the replay right now. I think it was last out off of Daniels. Where that fingernail leaves the ball, though, is what they were looking at for Tajay Moore. You cannot see it from that camera angle. They just saw Dawad, welcome on the stream, man. XLNT, welcome on. And this will be Houston basketball. So Villanova turned it over. Houston will get it with 12.9 seconds. Houston on the inbounds. They move it out to the top of the key. Taking a three, Kyler Edwards. Missed off the rim. Offensive rebound corner. Three, forces his way up. No good, too short. Rebound Villanova, 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Villanova can feel it. And Villanova back to the Final Four. And back-to-back even years in the bracket, 2016, 2018, and here we are once again, 2022. They do it. The first one of 50 goes to Villanova. 50-44 final score in this game today. Houston goes 1 of 20 from three-point range. Absolutely devastating for Houston in the third Final Four appearance since 2016 when Villanova won the tournament back in 2016 and 2018. No tournament in 2020, and here we are 2022. Once again, all over again with a top free throw shooting team in the nation. And they go out today and drill every single free throw, 15 of 15 at the charity stripe. Tough to beat that for what Villanova displayed on the court in this one. They'll take on the winner of Kansas versus Miami. Thanks so much, y'all, for joining in. Before I do sign off, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well, everybody. And we'll be back in a little bit covering... It's going to be Arkansas against Duke, so feel free to stop on by. Separate stream for that game at around a half an hour from now. We'll close out to the channel members here before I do wrap up. All channel members get a shout out at the end of the stream. New channel member, we got tonight Spaghetti Factory on board in the membership. We got Jason, Cindy, Rajip, Old Ed Deuce, Brian, SG Sports Talk, Russell, D-Block, BP Greg, Oreo Pudding, Bino, Arohan, Steven, Mark, Mike, John, Jessica, Stephanie, Ahino Josa, Tristan, LKNGR for 90, Woody Warren, I Am Ghost, Pamela, Keith, Ian, Isaiah, Manon Hayes, Barco, Dave, Rides of Steel, Kelly, Bruin, CF, and Spaghetti Factory. Thanks so much, all, for joining in. Feel free to drop on by for Arkansas against Duke, tipping off in around a half an hour from now. Should be a great game there. Much more points on the scoreboard for that one. Probably into the 70s as far as the score for that game. I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks so much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday night.